Hello friends, welcome to Global Online University. Friends, I am Bahubali Desai. In this video, we are going to discuss MCQs on types of research for your upcoming APSET examination. For your APSET examination, we have introduced full syllabus video lecture with crash course plus 20 mock tests only at rupees 1999 on our Global Online University app. And also alternatively, if you don't want to join for crash course, you can join only for 20 mock tests which are available only at rupees 499 on our website and on our WhatsApp group. And once if you join to our crash course or our 20 mock tests, you will be added to our paid WhatsApp group where you can get the link of test, you can download the PDF and all. And this is the schedule of our 20 mock tests. And here the first test is free. If you are having any confusion related to our test, how to give and all, you can give the first test. It is for free. Okay, let us move to the questions. Here the question is, qualitative research is option A, without any specific purpose. Option B, primarily concerned with in-depth exploration of phenomena. Option C, deals with the collection and analysis of numerical data. Option D, none of the above. Here the right answer is option B, primarily concerned with in-depth exploration of phenomena. In qualitative research, it is related to in-depth exploration of the concept. So option B is the right answer. And qualitative research, it involves collection and analyzing of non-numerical data such as text, video or audio to understand the concepts or the experiences. Okay, qualitative research, it involves the collection and analyzing of non-numerical data, means qualitative data, the data which can't be expressed in quantitative manner, and it can be used to gather in-depth insights. Okay, here in-depth study will be here we study in depth about any problem or about any idea. So this is about the qualitative research. Let us move to the next question. The main difference between basic research and applied research lies in option A, basic process, option B, sample size, option C, utility, option D, all of the above. The difference between basic research and applied research lies between option C, utility. Okay, it is based on the utility. We can divide the basic research and applied research. So let us move to the next question. Fundamental research is usually carried out in option A, classroom, option B, field setting, option C, laboratory conditions, option D, social setting. Here the right answer is option C, laboratory conditions. Okay, because fundamental research will take place in the laboratory. And fundamental research, it is also, please remember, it is also known as the experimental research, or it is also known as the theoretical research, where it works mainly performed to obtain new knowledge. Please remember this. Here in fundamental research, researcher is going to gain new knowledge on the basis of observable phenomena or fact without prior consideration that it will result in any practical application or use. Here you have to remember, fundamental research it is also known as the academic research, and it is also known as the experimental research. Here a researcher is going to gain new knowledge. Okay, I hope you got this. Let us move to the next question. The scientific method can be used option A, only in physical sciences such as physics and chemistry, option B, only in social sciences, option C, both in physical and social sciences, option D, none of the above. Here the right answer is option C, both in physical and social sciences. Please remember, scientific method, it can be used in physical science and also in social science. Okay, the next question is, the term phenomenology is associated with the process of option A, qualitative research, option B, analysis of variance, option C, correlational study, option D, probability sampling. Here the right answer is option A, qualitative research is the correct answer, because this phenomenology, it is the term associated with the qualitative research. Okay, please remember it. The phenomenology, it is related to qualitative research. Okay, the next question is, which research approach is the most appropriate to establish a relationship that is causal in nature? Okay, causal in nature. Option A, causal comparative. Option B, experimental. Option C, correlational. Option D, descriptive. Here the questions are also there in Telugu. You can pause the video and read the questions. Here the right answer is experimental is the right answer. Option B is the correct here. And experimental research, it is a study that strictly adheres to a scientific research design. Please remember, experimental research is related to scientific research design, and it includes a hypothesis, a variable that can be manipulated by the researcher. Please remember this line, experimental research, it includes the variable that can be manipulated by the researcher. A question may come here, in which type of research researcher is going to manipulate the variable? It is in experimental research, and here variables that can be measured, calculated, and also it can be compared. So this is about experimental research. Let us go to the next question. The essence of the experimental method is option A, correct calculation of Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Option B, obtaining direct reports from subjects about their subjective experience. Option C, careful measurement and record keeping. Option D, using control to identify cause and effect connections. Here the right answer is option D. The essence of experimental method is using control to identify cause and effect connections. So option D is the right answer. Okay, the next question is, which research paradigm is based on the pragmatic view of reality? Option A, quantitative research. Option B, qualitative research. Option C, mixed research. Option D, none of the above. Here mixed research, please remember, mixed research, it is based on the pragmatic view of reality. And what do you mean by mixed research? Mixed research, it is refers to an mixture of both quantitative and also qualitative data. So please remember it. And quantitative is known as the closed-ended and qualitative is known as the open-ended data. Please remember. I hope you will got this. Let us move to the next question. All of the following are common characteristics of experimental research. Option A, it relies primarily on the collection of numerical data. Option B, it can be produce important knowledge about cause and effect. Option C, it uses the deductive scientific method. Option D, all of the above. Friends, here all of the above are the characteristics of experimental research. Here you can see the major characteristics of experimental research. The major characteristics are, the researcher can, in experimental research, the researcher can manipulate the independent variables, and also he can decide the nature and extent of the treatment. After the treatment has been administered, researcher can observe or measure the groups. And also one more characteristic, experimental research enables researcher to go beyond the description or to go beyond the prediction, and he can attempt to determine the causal effects. These are the major characteristics of experimental research. Let us move to the next question. The type of research typically conducted by teachers, counselors, and other professionals to answer questions they have and to specifically help them solve local problems. Option A, action research. Option B, basic research. Option C, predictive research. Option D, longitudinal research. The right answer is option A, action research. Action research is used to solve the immediate problems. So option A is the right answer. And action research is a philosophy or methodology of research generally applied in social science. Please remember this. Action research is going to apply in the social science, and it is a transformative change through simultaneous process of taking action and doing research. Okay, this action research will take place to solve immediate problems faced by the society. This is about action research. The next question is, in a research study to learn the impact of the internet surfing on exam performance, it was found that as the number of hours spent on the internet surfing increases, the exam performance deteriorates. Okay, this study is an example of, okay, if we are using more and more internet, we are giving less importance to our exam preparation. This is an example of experimental research, correlational research, case study, none of the above. This is an example of correlational research. Okay, please remember it is known as the correlational research when we are studying between two variables. Relationship between two variables can be studied here. Correlation research is a type of, and remember, correlation research is a type of non-experimental research, okay, which a researcher measures two variables, understand and assesses the statistical relationship between two variables. In correlation research, the researcher is going to study the relationship between two variables. This is known as the non-experimental research. Let us move to the next question. In a study of two variables, when one variable goes up as another goes down, its value is known as option A positive correlation, option B no correlation, option C negative correlation, option D fluctuating correlation. Okay, when two variables are moving in the opposite direction, those variables are known as the negative correlation. For example, when price increases, demand decreases, and vice versa. Let us move to the next question. The main difference between longitudinal and cross-sectional researches is in terms of option A frequency of data collection, option B primary versus secondary, option C the qualification of researcher, option D none of the above. Here the right answer is option A frequency of data collection. The difference between longitudinal and cross-sectional research is in terms of frequency of data collection. Please remember it. Okay, the next question is, the government of India conducts census after every 10 years. The method of research used in this process is option A case study, option B developmental, option C survey, option D experimental. Here it is known as the survey. Okay, to collect the information about population for every 10 years they are going to do a survey. Let us move to the next question. Okay friends, this is about today's session. Once again I would like to remind you about our AP set crash course with 20 mock tests, which is available only at ₹1999 on our global online university app. Alternatively, if you don't want to join for crash course, you can join only for 20 mock tests with solution PDF, which are available only at ₹499 on our website and on our WhatsApp group. And you can also download our global online university app from our Play Store, and also the link will be there in the description box. And once if you join to our crash course or paid mock test series, you will be added to our paid WhatsApp group where you can get the links and you can get the solution PDF. You can discuss your queries in this WhatsApp group. Okay friend, thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. For more videos related to UGC NET and various KSET examinations, you can subscribe to our global online university